They say there's 139 tornadoes on average a year here in the state of Texas, and this might just be one that you didn't expect. Fnatic taking on Cloud9 here in Dallas for the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. This is a good way to round out the best-of-1 groups that we've been watching thus far. These two teams are certainly on a path of their own, and both of them having household names. Both of them showing and displaying great skill within the game, but also experiencing some hiccups.
Both of them?
Both of them. You know, they got some major star on their chest. So
yeah, they do have major players in there.
Cloud9 won a major, right?
They did. Yeah. I think I remember you saying that a few times here and there.
Yeah, and you just caught me again. My goodness, how did I accidentally say it one more time? No, in all seriousness, guys, we do have Fnatic Cloud9 in a best-of-1 right now. And to bring on this sort of analysis here, we do have Pimp and Maniac to walk us down the road, which is into Group B. And this is what the brackets look like.
Yeah, so far no real surprises in this bracket. We've seen G2 win against Renegades that may be considered a surprise by some. I think it was a 50-50 game going into it, so considering the circumstances Renegades have been playing under, it's a fair result. Ends beating Isurus, everyone expected that, so far that's good, Trace.
Yeah, so far so good, at least for not the Renegades. That kind of is a little bit of an upset city, but they drop down. They do get another chance at this. Now, over in the other stream will be NRG and Furia. That one's already live, and then we'll be going live with this one. So I guess overall, when we start to take a look at what is the sweetest lineup of Fnatic versus the multinational lineup of Cloud9 or whatever's going on over there.
Don't really know how to describe them, right? But
that is an interesting one indeed.
If you look at Fnatic, I think right now they are at a peak. Considering the last year, they've been having really good tournaments, placing a semi-final, making it to the final. I think Brolan has finally come into his own. He took him a little bit of time to, live up to the expectations. We all had good expectations when it comes to Brolan, and now he's showing finally. Crims is being his old Crims, a top-class player that we don't talk about enough. I don't think we give enough credits to Crims for what he's doing. So when you put it all together, then suddenly it's working for Fnatic.
Suddenly, but could it work as far as down to the micro level? We're talking about the vetoes. Again, this is a best-of-1, so let's just see where this one pans out to. Maybe my analysts have some idea, maybe some indication. Maniac, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking there are two maps that are common grounds here, is Mirage and Inferno. Those two maps that are played by Cloud9 and Fnatic. Now, maybe people are going to get a little bit exotic. We saw Train, Renegades versus G2. I didn't expect that in best-of-1. That might be the case here again. Train is still in the, so there's Mirage, Inferno, and Train left. And apparently, we're going to Train again.
Guess nobody really wants to play Vertigo these days.
No one wants to.
Shake my head. SMH. Anyway, yeah, it's part of the normal veto process here. We're going back to the Train yard. So, with all things considered, where do we want to start this one, guys?
It's a good question. I feel Train is a map that both teams can play, but we haven't really seen enough from Cloud9 to sort of like testament that that's a map that can beat Fnatic on. Fnatic currently sitting on a 80% win rate the past 3 months on a map like Train. So already from the get-go, it doesn't really seem like a good idea to go into that one. Also, when you look at the two teams and how they're being built up right now, Cloud9 is, to be completely honest, a little bit of a mess in terms of not only the nationalities.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but let me say it then. It's one of those scenarios where you don't really have a feeling for where they're heading right now. You don't really have a feeling for how they want to approach the game. What are the players that is going to step up? We obviously have Automatic on the lineup and KGB now also, but who are the players that is going to carry this team or going to show the way for the team and sort of like set the precedence for how they're going to play? I don't see it, so a bit of a mess, a bit of a messy veto, so yeah, don't really know where to put it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big mess overall. You're talking about Cloud9 being in a weird spot. They certainly are that. Let's start talking about Fnatic, though. I think that's the first talking point of contention, at least within some of the players that we have over here. I mean, we're talking about world-class players, tons of accolades, tons of accomplishments across them. You have a couple of newer, younger players in there, but they've certainly shown that they can hang amongst the best.
Well, I think one of the factors that has made Fnatic's success the past few months is the fact that they have a deep roster now, with Roland stepping up, with JW slowly coming back to his own self. I still think this is not the best version of JW. He might go higher than that. But with Twist, JW, Roland, and Crims, you suddenly have 4 players that can show up. We have seen Exist in the last tournament going crazy in series. We do not expect that from him. Is that going to become something that happens a lot? I don't think so. But if it does, that would directly put Fnatic in a whole new level. And I think tactically speaking, they have started to play some good Counter-Strike. We would often describe Fnatic as messy, scrappy a little bit, going Broly type. And now they have added a few strategies here and there that they can rely on. So when you put that all together, then suddenly you have a Fnatic that is more threatening.
I definitely agree. I mean, I still think that the key to this Fnatic lineup is getting JW to play at somewhat the same level we've seen him before, and also enable Twist a little bit more, or at least more consistently. Because I think that there's no doubt that when it comes to individual skill in this lineup, Fnatic is a team to be reckoned with. Crims, as you said, a player we maybe don't talk enough about. He's one of the best in the world, I would say, in certain position. But you have a Twist, who is by many individual players, including myself, when you're playing against him in FPL and like puck styles like that, he's one of the most talented players we have in the game. We just don't get to see it often in Fnatic. I don't know what it is, if it's him as an individual not really working within a team environment of playing Counter-Strike in that certain way, or if it's Fnatic who still needs to find the last key, so to speak, to get him unlocked and unleashed so he can be one of the best and greatest in not only Sweden, but potentially in the world.
What about this young player on our screen right now? He's already seen so much in his time as a professional Counter-Strike player.
Brolin, so very, very impressive. How young is he? Is he 16, 17 maybe?
Yeah, he's pushing it.
That doesn't make us any younger, you know? But no, it's very impressive. I think the fact that he has already now attained that level, becomes so consistent against top teams left and right at different events. It's so impressive considering, you know, how young he is. And I think that is one of the reasons why Fnatic is Fnatic at the moment, is because Brolin came into his own and lives up to the expectations. So hats off to him, and I hope we get to see many, many more years of Brolin going crazy.
Well, talk about many, many years. Cloud9 has been around in different forms and variations of the lineup. Two remain the same, though, an Automatic and Rush, who did actually help secure that major championship, and then everything starts to change. After all of that, Cloud9 has been on a weird trajectory, just all over the place, back and forth. I mean, we could talk about how they've added Golden, KGB, they've had some stand-in problems. How about a player like Vice, and where do we think he fits in with this team?
That's a very good question. I mean, that's another questionable pickup. I think he has some skill sets that can be used in a team like Cloud9, but to me, it's a bit of a question of where do they see themselves and what are Cloud9's ambitions. Because if you bring in a guy like Vice, who is by no means a bad player, but he's not a superstar player, he's not going to reignite this team and make Cloud9 another major contender or a team that you would say that is constantly going into playoff. You need something more, you need some more firepower, you need more experience, you need something extra, you need an X factor. The only thing Cloud9 have going for them right now is Automatic, because he's consistently playing well, and he's been doing that ever since they won the major and also after. But apart from that, it's just been a big mess, and I'm close to saying they gotta be one of the most mismanaged team within the CSGO circuit, followed up by G2. I mean, there's a little bit of a competition going in there.
Anybody else around here want to catch a bullet? My goodness.
I'm just, you know, I'm not sure if I missed the red line in the way they manage this team. Where is this team going to go? You bring in a guy like Golden. Obviously, they haven't been lucky with those health issues and all that kind of stuff. That's not their fault. But you still need to see some consistency, and you still need to see a foundation being built up of a Cloud9 team. And right now, I don't see it.
Well, we do have Automatic on the screen now. I'm going to reverse just a little bit to talk about KGB and his sort of strengths and weaknesses and what we're seeing from him within this Cloud9 lineup.
Well, the thing about KGB is I think he was, for the most part of his career, an unsung hero. No one will really name KGB as a star player. He never was. I think he brought a lot to every team he was in. I think he's a clever player. He plays sometimes the ungrateful positions. He was very decent with the AWP back then when he had to. And I think he fits in the lineup in terms of experience that he can bring and hopefully sort of create a frame for the young players to grow up. But I agree with Jacob. I don't see the long term and the plan for development for that team, because when you have a lineup that changes every 41 days, how do you see long term? How do you build? How do you, embrace your weaknesses and try to, get better? How do you do that when you change all the time?
Yeah, that's definitely not a way to kind of build on. That man right there on your screen, Valens, or you might know him as Soham, has been around for the long haul. He has seen it all. We did see a glimpse of Rambo, former 3D fame, coming into the picture and trying to get something going there, but ultimately, after all the praise, even after he's left, it's still now back onto Valens.
But wasn't that the case as well, that Valens wanted to move on? He didn't want to be the coach for Cloud9 anymore. There was at least something going on within the camp that I'm not too sure how to quantify that. But the thing is, Cloud9 is a mess. I think it's fair to say that right now this team is needing a direction to aim for, and we haven't seen it yet. Could this be the tournament where they get it all together? Potentially, but still, I'm left with a feeling where I'm a little bit saddened because Cloud9 is a big organization. They won a major trace. You can say it one more time if you want to. It's fair enough.
You don't need to hear it anymore.
But we need to see something more from Cloud9. This is a team that is supposed to be one of the best in the world, and they're not right now.
I need to see something more from you, Twitch chat. You saw up there on the screen how to vote, and I'm sure you're already blowing up the chat logs, but the reality is I need you to use the pound sign, the hashtag, the number sign, whatever it is, wherever you're from, and get your votes in there. It's either C9 or FNC, depending on which way you're feeling today, as to who will come out on top in this best-of-1 matchup. And, well, without any further ado, perhaps we start to get back into our own little fold here of who you think you would be going for. I mean, you're making a really bleak case for Cloud9. Well, on the other side, this is LAN. It's Tuesday. Is there anything
Tuesday,
here?
Tuesday. Is that supposed to be an argument?
Yeah.
No, listen, I think it's fair to say Fnatic are hugely favored in that matchup. I think the winning condition for Cloud9 is way too long. You need Automatic to, you know, drop 150 rating minimum. You need KGB to come on live. You need Golden to have 1v3s over the left and right. I don't think, tactically speaking, that they can have anything on Fnatic. They finally are 5 together now, but I don't see it happening. So to me, that's a clear case cut. It should be Fnatic, and it should be easy, and they should move on to the next day feeling great.
If there's one thing that is going for Cloud9, this one is obviously Golden, an ex-member of Fnatic. He was with them when they also started to win stuff, and for some reason got booted off the team when Fnatic, for the first time in a long time, started to win stuff. So he knows these guys in and out. He has an idea of how they want to play. He has an idea of how Exist want to call. He was even on the team when Exist was being brought in, which was kind of an awkward scenario, I would imagine, for Golden. But he knows the Fnatic guys. So if there's anything he can do to prepare his team for that, then that's a win condition, obviously, for Cloud9. That said, Fnatic is going to rule them out of this. I think we're going to have a very clear-cut victory here for Fnatic.
I almost believe there was a little solace in your prediction there for a second. I almost believed you were going somewhere with that. That was kind of like, yeah, you know, there might be a chance. But ultimately, you have stomped all over that, Jacob, and I kind of have to give a prediction as well. You know, the thing that we got to catch up with Cloud9 at Pro League was the simple fact that they're getting to play with a team again. And that alone is sort of the building blocks, right? They've had this stand-in issues. They've had this, that, and the other. But ultimately, they are trying to build towards something. I just don't think they're there yet. Jesus. So it's going to be Fnatic on my tout too. Yeah, might as well.
I mean, when your argument as to why Cloud9 would win is that now they're a team that, you know, speaks to itself, it's a little bit limited,
But you know what? I'll never say never about Cloud9. What I will do is bring in our commentators. We do have Moses and Anders over there waiting ever so patiently, ready to get this one underway. Jason, who do you have in this?
I have Fnatic. I think Cloud9 is going to get absolutely stomped.
There we go. Okay, at least I'm not alone.
You're welcome, Jacob. I got you.
Trader, of course. Just throwing them right under the bus.
Yeah, well, they've looked pretty garbage recently.
They put themselves under the bus.
Yeah, like, what do you want from me?
I don't know. There was a time, Moses, when we could count on you to always be on the side of the American teams.
That's entirely a lie.
Well, there was a point in time.
That's entirely a lie. No. Don't try and weasel out of it.
No. Well, we made up that story at least, and we stuck with it, and people believed it.
They did believe it.
And in some sense, isn't that more real, actually, than what really happened?
No.
I think it is.
It's actually not in any way.
Well, we tried. We really gave it our best.
I mean, there's some level of success certainly there.
Yeah.
But I agree with Jacob. I think this Cloud9 roster, we'll see if it can come together to mount any kind of real ability to contend with the world's best. But this is, it just spent so long in limbo with different players and different stand-ins, and we really haven't seen anything since they solidified this lineup that makes you too happy about them. And maybe that all changes. Maybe this is the first step right here. Maybe we leave this game saying, this Cloud9 roster obviously has put in some work, and you start to see these pieces come together and work together nicely. Just don't think you can bet on it just yet.
No, I agree. I mean, it just would be so exciting because of how weird it is. It would be, you know, but it's the weirdness that also puts you off, isn't it?
We liked the weirdness when Flusha and Kiyoshima were part of this lineup, right? Like, that was a cool one. That was a lot of fun. And now we'll just have to see if we can get that same level of good weird out of this lineup.
Yeah, I feel like we really don't know yet, but you're right. Maybe we're about to find out. Another game of Train. The last one ended in overtime. We'll see how this one plays out. Fnatic are going to be on the T side, Cloud9 on the CT side to start it off with, and it's a difficult position for Vice to play down here. Automatic is going to be really far away, so Smokers up, flashes in. It's all on Vice to really get something done here. Waiting in the corner. Twist going to be right in front. He does get that kill. Not bad at all. That's going to buy some time, and actually he's still doing some damage. Not a bad job, but Roland going to be picking up that 1 kill and still controlling the C connector here. He's going to pick up the double, and that's a really well, really well played position there. Rush is going to take him down, but that gives space for the bomb plant.
Oh, Automatic knew that kill had a couple of free shots that Exist was giving him. He does have a kit. They do have a smoke as well, but they need this 1 kill into the bomb site. And now the peek from Upper brings Automatic down so low, and he's got to be the one on the bomb. This gets so much more difficult. Crim's watching the angle. More damage onto Automatic, and there's no chance they have as Exist circles from behind to get both final kills. 1-0 for Fnatic.
That was really well played.
That was very well played, yeah.
And that's in spite of the fact, a little bit of shout out to Vice for not just getting the kill, but sort of staying alive after it. Like, if anything was going to happen, I think it had to be off the back of the fact that he was creating a bit of space in there, you know?
Yeah.
But it didn't.
But it didn't. All that being said, it did not work out in any way. Cloud9 have lost the pistol. No investment, no nades, no real upgraded pistols. So Cloud9 going to go for that early third round buy as the rifles and SMGs come out for Fnatic.
You know, we've got that Geiger counter on train. So now all of you are watching, the Chernobyl thing.
You got the what thing on train?
The Geiger counter.
Oh, yeah.
You ever played around with some of those in physics stars?
No, we didn't have those in my science classes growing up.
We did. We had different isotopes. Not locked away.
Not plutonium?
No, and I wouldn't touch that anyway. Roland is going to be taking down Rush and Automatic, just Vice left in fact, and there's not much happening here in favor of Cloud9. Tell you what, Moses, this could have been fancy. Not even just because of the radioactivity, plutonium is wildly toxic. I think it's something outrageous, like 1/100th of the head of a pin of plutonium, and you're gone. So,
okay.
You don't want to get anywhere near that.
So be careful when handling plutonium.
Yeah, just try to stay away from that. The upside is you tend to not run into it a lot. So,
That is good.
like grocery shopping or whatever,
They don't just have like a random aisle of plutonium that you need to get all...
There's really not going to be a lot of it. They try and be real careful about that, government. They don't do a lot of things well, but I feel like handling that's one of the things
they do well.
Yeah, they do all right with that.
Cool. Well, now we've gotten the plutonium discussion out of the way. 2-0 in favor of Fnatic. Running out of nades on this CT side. Vice has an angle with this all crouched at long range. Can't connect with the kill. Automatic has one. He's traded off. Vice is going to have a better standing. They want to eliminate this player. You can see the priority. They know Sidewalk is dangerous, and there he goes. Nice adjustment from Vice, and will they realize Crims? He's pushed up with a MAC-10 into a new position. I think Vice is going to go down for free, and Crims still has advanced position.
Well, that really changes the equation quite a bit, although Rush, that's a bold move. Jumping up on the train to get that kill on Crims. He could have get taken down from somewhere. Now flanking in from the connector as well. JW picking up one and spraying long range to take down Cajun B. And Twist. Oh no, he gets that kill on Rush. There was a chance, but I think the train took that bullet, and that was it.
Yeah, and also JW had a Molotov. You could see him about ready to throw it onto the bomb from connector, so that's a great flank, a timely flank that comes in. I think maybe even if that's like a second later, that might be a big problem for Fnatic because they'll be able to get that kill inside the site and start the defuse. 3-0, a nice gun round for Fnatic. Did you catch the? Did you go back and catch? I know we spoke the Fnatic NIP semifinal from IM Sydney.
Yeah, I actually
that was pretty sick, nasty, wasn't it?
I've actually been rewatching that game maybe 10 times.
Okay.
Through the Skype thing, so
yeah,
I've been watching that game a lot. It's become my model game to play around with. So yeah, I try and mess around with it.
That was a sick series that those two put up.
It absolutely was. There were some rounds in that game. Some of the Dust 2 rounds.
Yeah, they were just
tragic.
You're like, holy hell, yeah, that really you could feel them.
Yeah.
Jaw-dropping stuff. Here they are starting their campaign at DreamHack Masters and starting it out with 4 rounds in a row. Yeah, looking dialed in, looking excited there on the Swedish side. I don't know. I don't know. It feels weird to me because with Automatic and Rush as the core, it just seems like you should be able to attract a lot of other people to play with that. Like... Yeah. Talent in the American scene, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that they've struggled to kind of attract some of the other. I mean, there's a great, when perhaps for the first time in North America region's lifespan, we have our talent concentrated, you know, to make pretty good teams. You know, you're not going to get anyone from NRG away. You're not going to get anyone from Liquid away.
No, it doesn't feel like that's going to be very likely, but still, even I don't know, even outside of that, maybe take sort of something more like a, you know, current G2 approach and say, okay, well, let's just get some young people in and try and train them from the ground up. I don't know.
They've done that in the past. Sui came from that exact philosophy. Brolin has a lot of room to work with. Weiss is going to be on sidewalk, pushed up. He's the only defender in here. That should put off some alarm bells, but look how advanced Fnatic is. Someone's all the way in CT spawn. There's one kill. Fnatic still have not secured the bomb site, but this backstab could be everything. I think it's just going to come too late.
If I'm Brolin in this round, I'm really angry. Like, guys, I just took a... Oh, he might still be able to do it. He's going to get the one, but oh, he just makes it back around, automatic, around the corner, and it's going to be going down. Yeah, I'm still angry if I'm Brolin, even after all of this.
He was almost able to convert that second kill as well with the AUG spray. Yeah, he was probably frustrated about how long it took for him to finally see an opponent, and by then, too late to even claw it back in. It seemed like he had the chance. If he got that second kill, maybe something happens, right?
Yeah.
Under the upper.
I don't know. It's like you make that entire run, you dodge everything, like, and then, you know, the rest of the team dies. You're like, oh, cool, guys.
He's probably more surprised that he hadn't seen anyone up until he got all the way through CT spawn. That was probably the most confusing part of it. Golden facing off against his former team. It seemed that he helped win a lot of money in 2018. Perhaps the only player in Counter-Strike history to win $1 million over 2 weeks and then get caught.
Yeah, I still think that was...
That's a crap record to hold on to.
It is a little bit. He was playing really well last time I was watching Cloud9.
Yeah, he's a cool in-game leader in the sense he's one of those guys that we've talked about in the past, leading from the front, and he'll often be the guy when he makes a call to lead the way, be the one, the entry fragger, so to speak, the guy who's creating space for the rest of the players following up. And you always have to admire that to some degree.
Well, that's a rare in-game leader, right? I mean, there's a reason why we talk about the few that do exist that can do it, because there really aren't that many of them. And to some extent, we even sometimes excuse it, even when people aren't like that. We say, well, you know, but he's the in-game leader, so what is he supposed to do, right? You get both. That's kind of a rare resource. Oh, Weiss. Did he find the timing? Oh, he actually did, at least a little bit against Crims there, who was trying to set up for a grenade. Still, it's looking good for Fnatic here, and Automatic will get one kill there on Roland, so maybe that changes something. 20 seconds on the bomb. If he can get this next kill too, that just might do it. He snuck up all the way, running in now, and he's going to get it on X6 now. 10 seconds here, and they might just almost be too far away. Twist is going to get that one kill, but if he can just hide, I don't think they have time to put the bomb down anymore. He's going to miss the chance once, and they're circling in around him. 3 seconds, and point-blank range. It's going to be Automatic going down. They caught him right at the end.
They're so lucky. I don't know what the end game of that round was, but it felt like the attack out Ivy came almost too late. They were in the B bomb site with the bomb, and he was the only one. 2 players had control of A. That was a strange set of circumstances to be in for Fnatic and for Cloud9, fair enough, and Automatic just not able to last to the end of the timer.
4 HE grenades, Moses.
You love to see this. They're going to come towards teammate as well. This is a chance. Here they come. Are you going to heave them into the connector? No, they're going to wait until they spot something. That's 1 of the nades down. That's 2. So, I mean, all that excitement built up for nothing because none of the nades actually get used in the choke point. And it's just a death match for Brolin.
Yeah, they had the first part of that right. I think that was a good, like, they bought the grenades, but then you have to throw them. And they
imagine that, the second part of the grenade paradox.
It is complicated, a lot of steps in it. Buy them, pull the pen.
What is this?
Throw them.
Monty Python skit? Count to 5.
The holy... I actually rewatched
I did see
a bunch of those.
It's on Netflix. They have...
oh, it is?
They have Holy Grail. Here in the States, at least.
Do they have Life of Brian? That is still, for me, the slightly better one. Although it's hard to say because they're both great.
I haven't seen Life of Brian in quite some time.
Life of Brian is...
Monty Python, I think, maybe not the better overall movie, but it has like all the great skits, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you don't even have to enjoy it. You just have to, you know, enjoy the individual bits, really. Yeah. Obviously, it would have been illegal in 2019 to make all that stuff.
But we've got it already, so who cares?
Yeah, it's too late. 6-1. 8th round now coming up, and a lot of orcs, no surprise really, and automatic with that AWP, which we've already seen he could definitely wield. I just actually love watching automatic play. I just want to say that. I love watching him play Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
Makes me happy.
He's a phenomenal player, has been for some time. What a revelation he was when Cloud9 picked him up. Similar, oddly enough, similar circumstances to have the same way they picked up Vice. Obviously, different trajectories perhaps, but needing a player and going for an unknown quantity in the North American scene, and it's paid off. Especially considering he's been their best player, most consistent player through all these issues, part of the major winning lineup.
Yeah. So they've proven that method works. So they just need to keep doing it. Back to that order, I feel like. Oh, Cajun, that's a tight position to be in. He does only get the 1 kill, but it still slows everyone down. I mean, they already threw out the smokes, and then they have to stop and take some sort of weird fight. Golden now following up with a great double kill, and I mean, that does cancel everything out. Great triple for Golden. But even if normally I feel like you don't want to trade 1-for-1 if you're on the CT side, but when it's that late in the round and all the smokes are down behind you, that's really annoying.
Well, it helps as well when you have teammates who are also aggressive towards that choke point. So Rush is there at an off angle to immediately trade out the trade kill that comes in, right? On your own, sometimes it gets dicey, but Cloud9 had a good setup to support it. Another buy as well for Fnatic, plenty of money, and they still got a little bit left over. Residual cash, and a 6-2 lead.
Sounds fancy, doesn't it? Oh no.
What a dick.
It's never good, is it?
No.
Bit of a spotting type situation down in Pop Dog, so when that smoke goes away, Cajun just got to be a little bit careful. They are keeping it up for a while. Crim's waiting inside. Flashbang set up. He's so ready for it. Gonna get the kill. I think Maniac was saying on the desk he doesn't get enough credit. How much is it possible to get Crim's enough credit for how good he is? Like, he's...
Yeah, he does. He's like one of those guys who has a lot of the intangibles built into his game, doesn't he? Like his positioning on defensive sides is always so solid. He's such a good anchor. Here we go, Golden right into a stack. They've got him. That's a nice impromptu setup, and that clears out a lot of options. Fnatic have a decision to make. Do they want to try and get these 3 players through towards CT spawn? They want to have them just turn towards the A bomb site. The problem is they've got to wait for the moment as their other 2 teammates chime in, but JW's got another one from Ivy. He's a monster at the moment. A 5-on-3. All the action decided here.
Yeah, really nicely done here on the Swedish side. Vice is going to be picking up 1, and yeah, they're kind of locked out here. Maybe could have been a 2-for-1 shot there, but even then, he still would have had more work on his hands. That's 7-2, and yeah, I mean, the economy for Cloud9 is not even looking all that great.
It's really not. They have a decision. They can actually buy here if they wanted to. 3 players can get the rifles out. It would just be 2, Vice and Cajun, that are missing their weaponry, and I think that's what they're going to go for. And it's super late into freeze time.
Have you noticed that little utility, tier level thing that they've got going on there?
Yes.
I kind of like that.
It is good.
Good job.
I think that was brought out at the major. I want to say that was a new feature in Katowice.
Oh, maybe I just missed that then. But yeah, that's I like that. Brolan in main, waiting around with the SG. Scope at somebody. Rush is going to be able to kill on Twist instead. Solo over at Pop Dog. Did not even take any damage for it. Well, that was quick. A couple of early kills for Cloud9 should give them a pretty good win in this round. Grim's almost catching it. If he could have, might have caught the second kill as well.
That's a tough position to clear, obviously, for Crims, the other side of those spindles. Nicely done from Vice. Automatic almost getting caught on the rotation, but all is good. 2-on-5, easy kill for Rush. Not faked out by that smoke whatsoever.
Oh, man. I don't know why that was funny. That was... just you had the optimism, the excitement, the planning stage of it. And then just all...
like, oh, I can't wait. He's going to turn from the smoke and make him look like an idiot. It'd be great.
Yeah, it would only be better if you had the instant fade to black like you had in some 1.6 tournaments, like where it just you know, you don't even touch the ground. Your monitor just goes black. You're like, oh, that's it. I'm out.
Man, fade to black is an intense way to play this game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it is. Because you do feel even more useless, right?
Yeah.
It does stop, on the other hand, your more annoying teammates from commenting on your gameplay while they're dead, you know?
Yeah.
So, at least they can't do that.
It's true. I didn't even think about that.
A bit of a curse, you know, if you have those people on your team.
Bit of a blessing, maybe.
I don't know. What is it called? Like, I guess like backseat playing? Nobody likes that.
No, I hate that. It's the worst.
It's like someone trying to give you advice, like, I think he's behind the back, shut up. I'm just trying to play the game.
I'm smarter than you anyways.
There we go. Well, it is a pause being called here by Cloud9, and the scoreline is 7-3. And they're on the CT side. It's
not great.
No, it's a problem.
You're not happy in any way if you're Cloud9. This is a good start, though. They've got the money at a breaking point for Fnatic. JW still has cash in the AK-47 that was saved. You're going to see a small investment of some deagles for the Fnatic side. But for the most part, should be an easier time for Cloud9 to kind of get some momentum on the CT side. They can obviously pile some more money on their coffers at the moment. It'd be great if they could get out of this round without taking too much damage.
A little bit of backup here for Golden. Oh, wow. Well, good follow-up. That could have gone very badly, couldn't it? If JW got that follow-up kill, that would have given away 2 rifles to a team that otherwise had just the AK, so job well done.
At least for the moment, you could see exist as soon as they call out 2 towards Ivy. Takes the gamble of going down ladder, realizing that a passive setup in that fashion likely doesn't have someone also positioned in the ladder room. Here's the AK picked up, and Golden's picked off now towards Ivy. Cloud9 need to just give up that fight. They're spread real thin at the moment, and Crims can face with a deagle, but he misses the timing. Vice has found him again, and I think that's what Crims wanted. I think we'll see some more plays called for that kind of effect, because remember, we saw him just walk out, play contact at that upper ramp the previous time. All it was Vice defending inside. I think Crims is going to want to go back to that. He'll be saying, guys, the last 2 times I've been there, it's only been Vice in the bomb site, automatic rotating back with an AWP. We can take advantage of this.
Well, Exist, he landed the shot, but it wasn't a headshot, so in Deagle terms, that is just not enough. And Rush going to find the second kill, too. So another round here for Cloud9. On the back of the timeout, not bad. I feel like we need to have like a, you know, some sort of cultural change. I think this whole collecting, you know, fist bumps or high fives, something, it's not good enough. Like, we need more energy into that.
Okay, you want something different?
No, just saying, like, if you're gonna do it, like, you know, it can't just be like a routine kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
It can't just be us, like, rubbing our fists against each other. It's got to be, like, more engaged than that.
Okay. But maybe, what if it's, like, selective fist bumping? What if you wait till, like, a big clutch? What if it's not between every single round? It's just at the good moments. And then it's a powerful fist bump.
Yeah, like knuckle breaking. Well, maybe not that, but...
Like, maybe not a fist bump. Maybe you just punch each other's hands.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
I feel like that, you know, it's a little bit too low energy. You know, you need more excitement. 12th round. And
Issa does those high fives.
Well, I really miss those. He sort of slowed down. Maybe everyone, I think
haven't had a whole lot to high five, have they? Recently?
No, well, there's also that, but I think his teammates must have also been like, come on, like.
I'm trying to still play.
My hands are numb. I'm just trying to play the game.
I can't actually aim.
But it was great. It was enjoyable, you know. Yeah, I want that back.
A slow start to the round for Fnatic. They've been very cautious across the map, and they've used a lot of their utility. 2 Molotovs, 2 smokes, and 1 flashbang left. This Ivy play is everything. They would love to catch one off guard. What is the play for Exist? He's hiding in that smoke. He's got some advanced position. They might try and just run a fake. Here come the utility outside. They would love this kill on Golden. They need this kill on Golden to force a rotation. Everyone is convening around this B bomb site. That's not good enough. The follow-up needs to come in for JW. 20 seconds. It needs to happen soon because his teammates need to go no matter what happens very quickly here. JW is going to make his way and perhaps a backstab, but they've already given up a kill. Now they're first forward, and somehow the kills go their way. But can they cross the op? 8 seconds on the clock, and automatic. He lands the shot, and now they must get in. The bomb will be planted. Twist is going to die to the grenade, and that's the round. It almost worked for Fnatic, but that was really down to the wire.
Like I said, I really love watching Automatic play. He got that shot flashed, then he gets the grenade kill on the last guy. I mean, like before the bomb goes down, because you're right, the bomb would have been planted, so they had the time for it.
I don't know if JW, that would have been a hard round for JW to win. There was a flank coming in for Cloud9 anyways up the ladder, so he would have gotten that kill, you imagine, on the planter and then had the defuse pretty safe from JW's arms, or eyes, or everything, essentially. JW survives another round, though, so he doesn't get any bonus money, so he still has this AK-47.
Well, let's see. A little bit of a fight here. Perfect timing. Golden not going to be happy about that. Caught with the grenade in hand. Cajun getting shot in the back and getting overrun. They only have that one AK to start it off with, and I don't know. If this turns around and Fnatic win this, that's going to be a huge steal, and they get one kill there. It's looking very bad for Cloud9, and they're going to end up losing it. Brolan with a great round. Triple for him. That can't happen,
yeah. If you're Cloud9 and you're making this good run on the CT side finally, and it's taken you this long to kind of get your feet stuck in, that's a crushing round to your momentum. Especially considering the money now on Fnatic just blows up.
Yeah, that's kind of...
and you're on pistols. It's about as close as you'll get to a hard reset.
And Fnatic, on the other hand, we except for the AK, we're all on pistols. So it's kind of you've kind of traded places with them and lost a round. It's a terrible deal, in fact.
Yeah, you wouldn't make that deal again.
Try and avoid that at all costs, really. Fnatic, well, he's just going to get taken down anyway. Great job on Twist, in fact. Very quick on the flick, and he's going to pick up one more kill. So they held their own, I think, in main. That was a good job.
That was not bad at all. Very good shot by Twist. 9-5 now. That's a big T side. This is a huge change from what we saw in the last game. Renegades versus G2 was CT dominant. Now we have Fnatic on this T side just running over C9.
Yeah, I think Jacob had some harsh language, you know.
Some rough things to say about the Cloud9 team?
Yeah, I think he said they were going to get, you know, well, wrecked, let's say. But does seem like that is looking likely at the moment. We're not seeing, I don't know. I mean, I feel Automatic has been looking good in that B-bomb site, so that's helpful. This Ivy position has been kind of like hit and miss. They need a little bit more at this point in time. And then obviously giving up that last round was, well,
silly, so to speak. Oh, nice timing on the drop-down ladder. That is perfect from Crimson. Twist builds upon it. Cajun is going to find one, and now they've got to use the cover of the smoke to get into the bomb site, but that's going to fade soon. Flashbang signifies what Exist wants to do, and Cajun's found him. He's got more, though. A 1-on-3 inside the bomb site, and he goes down. It's just Golden. If Golden can actually make it all the way through this, to the back of this train, find this kill, he's got to know Twist is here. He wants to clear this out, but he missed his opportunity, and now it's all over. He's got too much surrounding him, and they know the sound cues. They can use that perfectly.
What a teammate to save that guy from Pop Dog, right? Like, those are the kind of friends you really want. Golden trying his best to manipulate his movement a little bit using the ladder, but again, they're kind of all looking at him, and Fnatic going to be 10-5 in the first half here against Cloud9. That is a very, very good first half on the T side. They're going to be super excited, and we are as well. We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come back right after this stage. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half coming up here between Cloud9 and Fnatic, and we're on train here. We've got the last best of one today, and then we're going to go to best of threes, which should be a lot of fun as well. Fnatic with a huge lead. I mean, they are doing a very good job at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're doing really well. They lead in the opening kills as well from that first half. 9-6 in their favor. Here's Brolan. Oh, he's caught out in the open, but he gets a headshot anyways, and he's going to hold on to it as well. What? Automatic can't get the trade. That's beautiful. Heads up fight against Q, and Brolan's got them both. What does Cloud9 do to get back into this round? One player's out, Olaf. One player's out behind the trains against the wall, and Exist is going to protect himself from one while taking the fight in the other. And there's two nice frags. Fnatic, a suffocating pistol round.
Seems unfair that when you're shooting someone in the back, they still have the advantage. But that...
Sometimes it's just the way it is.
That's what Brolin just did, isn't it? That is a great turnaround.
I mean, it's just nice because you could tell he recognizes he's just like, you know what, I'm not getting away from this fight. I might as well just stand and take this duel and just see what happens with it, and he's able to win it out. Also important to note, no help from your teammate in that scenario either, because he's watching ladder trying to protect your back in case someone comes down.
Yeah.
So really good battles won by Brolin.
MP5 in the game now.
I love
for Brolin.
that. I love the MP5.
Yeah, is it the nostalgia or is it?
I have like dual nostalgia with the MP5 because it's the MP5, right? But it's got a silencer on it as well.
Yeah.
Which is, did you ever play GoldenEye when you were younger?
I'm one of those people.
They had the frigate level that had the like MP5 with a silencer on it, and it was the only level you would have with that silencer. So that weapon's just awesome to me. I'll use that all day long.
All right.
It's like double childhood dreams coming true.
Maybe they planned for that. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. It would make sense to cater everything that Valve does with Counter-Strike around me. Surprised they haven't done it yet already.
Yeah, I don't know. They have made a couple of bold models, I think. So they're getting there. They're moving closer.
I don't know why the ball joke was the last place I expected that to go. I thought there'd be a million other places, but that was good. That caught me by surprise.
I mean, when we get to the point where you could buy cream pies to throw at people, then we know. Then we know.
The cream pie update, we'll call it.
Yeah. Well, 12-5, 18th round coming up. I feel like there weren't a lot of options for Cloud9 to begin with, but losing the pistol and the follow-up round here, I mean, at least they could buy rifles now. That could help a little bit, but...
I mean, they must have this one, right? This is the round where they actually have an advantage of weaponry in terms of, you're playing against, a FAMAS, 2 SMGs, no AWPs on the field yet for Fnatic. So if you're Cloud9, this is one of those rounds where you say, you normally don't have to win this, but just because of the disparity, just because of the scoreline, Cloud9 needs to take advantage of these.
Yeah, there's a definite chance, right? All stacked up outside of B. Existus, the close defender. That's not a bad grenade, actually. But he's the close defender with the UMP. A follow-up grenade. Oh, it's going to be right on top of them. That is very good. Now Molotovs rain in. But yeah, they kind of have to feel a little bit disheartened running into this. The flame is going to take one. That's Vice going up. Twist also with the AUG. So double kill for him. Bomb does go down, but they are very low on health. And they're also completely boxed in at the moment. Automatic has to get this one kill. And that's not going to happen. Rush. Top fraggle right now for Cloud9. I don't know if that's going to be enough here. 1 versus 3.
That would be spectacular if he's able to pull it out. There he is. Spots one up top, and now they know where he is in 3 different positions, and Brolin just ends it. They can go back up and salvage. They get a free AWP, and this is the real worrying thing. All of a sudden now, even with the SMG, Brolin can upgrade. You have the upgrade and do an AWP for free, so Fnatic's getting a lot of bang for their buck in this round.
Yeah, really... I don't know, like, you're setting up for your execute, and you get grenaded twice, and then as you're coming down the ramp, you have to run for the fire, and, like, it's just,
Yeah, they found the timing. I think Fnatic kind of sniffed out what was coming, with that second nade doing so much damage. And then obviously you see the utility streaming over, so even if you have that player blind on top of that first trade, you still have to pause in the flames to take that fight. Just a really rough time all around. But the plant is going to help out just a little bit. They have 5 rifles, low on utility, no AWPs, but they can at least battle for this round.
Really lowers the morale of the troops when you send them running for fire, doesn't it? It's not the kind of team building exercise you're looking for.
Yeah, you kind of stop trusting your commander at that point.
I can try and see. Oh, that's dangerous. If you screw this up, you're dead. Just don't screw it up. Oh, well. Looked like he could have maybe even got that. But he knows that there are a couple of people down here. Do have at least a couple of smokes. That's a beautiful flashbang to set it up with.
He waited. He heard a footstep at a rush. I think they would have called for the flash anyways, but he certainly knew he was going to get one once he turned in. Perfect timing for the pop flash. And Cloud9 don't really seem to have too much of a plan at the moment. They really wanted that ladder room control. I think it would have been an outside split, but without it, it's forced into a fake. JW, they hear the tick of that. They likely know he's here, but he's too quick. He's got to fight for the second one. He realized it. Oh, what a shot! A really quick peek and exist. Oh, he got the information. 2 are there. But Cloud9's going to get in. They'll be able to get the bomb down. That Molotov might actually buy him some time.
It's like he took a slight pause there to just remind himself, oh yeah, I'm JW.
I can take this fight.
I should just no-scope him. Gonna pick up one more kill for the triple. And Automatic, alone 1 versus 4, trying to defend the bomb, but they're gonna be right on top of him, surely. Oh, he actually does get that headshot as well. I mean, again, it's a job well done on his side. It is just not enough. 14 now on the board here for the Fnatic team. Looking way too good.
Yeah, looking very, very strong.
I'd say like an exciting level of good right now, you know?
Yeah, well, I remember we've been kind of excited about Fnatic since, what, Chicago last year when we saw that semifinal against Astralis. And then they kind of like fell flat leading into the major and kind of at the major, nothing to get too pumped about. And then we saw Sydney and we were like, oh, okay, like here they are again. And this is the Fnatic we've wanted for the past 3 months. If we get that Fnatic consistently, that's going to be great. And if Brolin keeps developing, if Twist keeps developing, this is a team that actually has like some pretty interesting parts to it to fight for some trophies.
Yeah, and some teams they could run into in this tournament, right? Like, you know, Vitality maybe, but also Liquid. There could be some really fun games happening a little bit later on, so I kind of look forward to that. I want to see this this team play at this level at the moment.
I think everyone loves a world in where JW is on a team that that is playing really solid in playoff games. He's one of the most fun players we have in Counter-Strike.
Sole defender at B right now. Let's Twist with the AWP. Not going to get the damage in, but they also really don't want to chase him down. So a little early on in the round to get a little bit of info there, but they are going to group up, it seems like. So all of them out. Oh no, and they're checking Ivy. They're all the way looking into T-spawn. So there's a timer on this now. Like another 10 seconds, and surely Fnatic going to start rotating people over.
They're going to find the timing at Cloud9. They're just throwing their utility out now towards the center bomb site. They're going to have to press the envelope to get in, and actually no one's committing yet. This is super late. One smoke comes in late. Molotov to hold off the sidewalk. Twist, oh, he almost gets that flick. Now he's got to run back. Good kill for Automatic, but Rush is going to fall with the trade, and now the ops ring out from Fnatic.
Just almost getting that follow-up. He's actually going to get taken down from Automatic, and a little bit of a spray battle here as Crims will eventually win it against Vice. Still a 2-on-3, and there is a flank coming. That's JW who's flanked all the way from the back, all the way down from the other side of the map, and Crims just holding his position. He sees the gun barrel and still goes down to Golden. Automatic turning around. What a surprise. Golden going to be taking down JW, and somehow Cloud9 come out with a win. I did not see that coming.
They did the unexpected, right? They both got aggressive, which if you're a Fnatic and you're saying, oh, you're going to get aggressive down these lanes, like that's surely the last thing you'll do. You won't want to move out of your positions. You know, we have the ops down here. So, I mean, nice play from Cloud9. It was a risk they had to take, and they come out on top, and now they get a bit of reprieve. Deagles and a scout out for Fnatic. They do have cash. They could have forced up a decent buy here, but why when you have such a massive lead? Just make sure you secure things. Make sure you can go back to that double op setup if you want it.
You certainly hear the scout. Automatic isn't that intimidated, although that's a little bit of a shot. He's not going to be happy about that. Golden, kind of a nice burst. Crims will still take him down. Just, you know, deep breath right now for Cloud9, surely.
I think that's the one they needed. I think that's the opening. Rush finding that kill with the MAC-10 as well. They'd seen a number outside. They had all the information they needed. So one push to the inner bomb site, and Cloud9 had found the way to get out of a dangerous situation. Still, this scout can tag up, can get a nice headshot before they get the bomb planted, but misses his mark.
Whoa, what is he doing, JW? He's on the high ground. He's just crouching, trying to avoid everybody. This is some next level stuff, isn't it? Oh my god, he's going to take down 2. What a play coming out. And he's looking for a little bit more. He almost could have had it on Rush. That is so next level. Crims is going to be taking down Vice, and, well, there is a Molotov. He's going to put it right on top of the bomb. He just wants to buy time. Crims pushing the sidewalk, waiting at the edge of the smoke. There's not a lot of time left here because he does not have a kit, but yeah, he can't really find Rush in time, I think. JW almost did it. That is very cool.
Yeah, I cannot believe he made that happen. Not a whole lot of players even going to attempt to make that kind of a play. Helps Crims out on the flank, able to get all the kills even in a loss. So 5 Cloud9 players go down. Money, not the best in the world for them. Fnatic at 14-7, they're going to invest here. Crims dropping over an AK-47, so they'll have plenty of utility as well.
I mean, it wasn't far off that he could have got Rush as well. What a madman.
Critically as well, this also takes an AWP away from Cloud9. Those 5 kills, Automatic can only afford the scout.
Well, 14-7, pushing out on top of the Molotov. He does make his way back there. That could have, I think that could have got very dangerous for a minute. Now they're all blocking each other.
Yeah, I mean, a small thing, it just makes you feel like a little bit of level of disorganization in the C9 camp in terms of their early games. Doesn't actually mean a whole lot, just maybe you look at it and it doesn't look that clean.
Yeah, you know, level of frustration building up. Was he pushing up the ladder? It almost looked like he was about to, but he's just standing down here. Grenades being exchanged. Oh, almost running into the fire there. And after all of that, Golden has gone down and Rush is under half health, so... Oh, what a flick from JW. He was not even scoped there. That was quick.
Yeah, that was so nice. And that's going to force back Cloud9, and yeah, now 3 on 5. What do you do here? Even without utility, Fnatic a huge advantage.
I don't think they know. I feel like
yeah,
they just stopped to sort of say...
A lot of their gun rounds have actually just ended up becoming inner hits, where they've just done defaults and they always just call for inner. They don't seem too comfortable on this map and have no real reason to be as well. Down 14-7, there's Twist. And JW still hasn't had to get involved again after his opening kills. Cajun responds, but can't do anything else. 2 off scoped in on the position. It's 15-7.
And
no money.
Yeah, I was going to say, they really don't have the cash, do they? This is looking...
Speaking of Crims from earlier,
yes.
Fnatic actually released a really cool video, the Fnatic organization. So if you want to find out a little bit more about Crims, a little talk of his career and some of his accomplishments while he was getting his most recent tattoo done.
I've noticed a lot of orgs are getting much better at creating content around their own players, which is really encouraging. Like I fully support that. I think, and oh no. Stealing a dream, didn't he? They have a lot of Mac 10s, but that shot through. Now they have to run through the fire yet again into the AKs on the other side. That's a brutal way to play this round. No chance at all here. Fnatic 16-7 as they take down Cloud9 on train. That was well, that was a heartless way to end it, wasn't it, Moses?
Yeah, I really was. I mean, it was a phenomenal T-side from Fnatic, and then they switch over, and a good defensive half as well. It just, unfortunately, it looks like Cloud9 not entirely comfortable with their own offense on train.
No, and honestly, the version of Fnatic that showed up today was a scary one. Like that looked like a very good version.
I hope that's the version, and the one we saw in Australia, the one we saw in Sydney, I hope that's the version that we're going to get for the rest of this year.
Yeah.
If that's the case, this scene gets so much fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. They're slowly ramping up, slowly getting, get better and better. And JW doing some of his crazy moves. It is good.
Crazy JW things. The only real way to describe it, oddly enough, is the JW things.
Yeah, it's like a little category all on its own.
He does. You could probably make a montage of all the weird things that he likes to do. Either way, phenomenal game from Fnatic. Another disappointing opening from Cloud9 in this tournament. We'll have to see if they improve over time, but our analysts are ready. We got one Cloud9 fan up there who's a loser, surrounded by 2 better people.
Yeah, there was an attempt there, and ultimately I can't believe you'd say that about you, Pimp. I can't really just kind of see why he would go
He's right,
to
though,
call you like
Trace.
that.
Yeah, so...
By calling you a loser?
Yeah, fine.
Wait, what?
Come on, man. Don't let Lil Momo talk to you like
fine.
that.
Everyone thinks I'm a loser, so...
Well, the losers here right now are Cloud9. That's not a pretty look at all from them. Starting out very slow here in Dallas. That is not what they could have hoped for at all.
No. Complicated start for Cloud9. I mean, you lose the first pistol round, Fnatic have the money, and we know Fnatic have this ability to accelerate the game and lose you throughout it. And then just when Cloud9 were about to regain control of that first half, Fnatic get away with a one-man army. JW on the alley side gets the opening frag, 3 pistols run out of main, and then that's it. That's the end of the first half of Cloud9. They lose 5-10 on the CT side of train.
Ouch.
That's a yikes.
That one probably stings a little bit, huh, Jacob?
It does, and it gets to show where Cloud9 is currently. I feel, we said it before, it's a messy team. It's a team that haven't really found a stride, haven't really found the foundation. And I think this was another great example of a team that simply does not have what it takes to be on this level right here, right now. I think Cloud9 really have some soul-searching to do.
Yeah, I mean, their whole existence is up for question right now. I mean, the very foundation that is Cloud9. We got Exist, on the other hand, with Frankie down on the sidelines. Let's hear what he's got to say.
We do have Exist. And can I ask, first of all, was there any nerves going into that matchup against Cloud9?
Yeah, I mean, you're always nervous when it's the first game of a tournament, but not more than usual, I think.
I feel like if I asked JW that question, it would have been a very different answer. What did you discuss with your psychologist before you went into that match? Because Jens was there with you in the huddle.
It's all about preparations and how to react if it starts going bad, and just preparations basically, and how to communicate calmly and stuff like this.
How did you prep that T-side? Because that was phenomenally strong first half for you guys, and especially on train as well.
We know that our default T-train is very strong. We wanted to start by abusing the B player, forcing them to play 2 defenders there the rest of the game. So yeah, that was one of the plan.
And we got to see a classic JW performance in that second half, a lovely round on that inner site where JW just decides to crouch along, get a casual 2K with the pistol. How do you guys react when he pulls off plays like that?
No, that was a really important round from him. I think we killed all of them. We didn't win the round, but we killed all of them, so their economy for the last 2 rounds weren't that great. So yeah, just a great play by him.
And going into this next best of 3, if you win this, you're definitely in the quarterfinals. But do you think you're going to take the next 2 best of 3s and get straight into that semi-final?
It's going to be really tough. I think we're playing Energy or
Furia.
Or Furia.
And it's going to be Furia.
Furia 1. All right. Yeah, it's going to be a really tough game. I have never played against Furia before, but they have really impressed the whole CS community the last 6 months or something, so we're not going to underestimate anyone, and yeah, just take it game by game.
I'm really excited to see these 2 aggressive teams come together in that best of 3. Let's head back to the desk, though, to break that last match down.
Yeah, we're going to break it down as best as possible. I think we start right at the talking point where she was asking about a psychologist. Now, this is a thing that a lot of esports teams are trying to do, and some are having a little bit more success with it than others. When she says psychologist, she means sports psychologist. Matthew?
Yeah, I think that was a very interesting point. I didn't know Fnatic had someone of that position in their organization, and I think it fits the bill completely for that team, which is, in my opinion, very momentum-based. Fnatic was, as far as I can remember, a team that could crush their opponent, but could also dissolve when they were facing difficulties. So here Exist actually spot on mentioning in the interview, we have to know how to stay calm when we face difficulties throughout the game and then find a solution again. To me, that was the biggest one of Fnatic for the longest time, and I'm very happy to know that they have a psychologist with them helping them out. I hope it's going to bring them success in the long term. But that's a very interesting point.
It is, and it must be a great help to a guy like Brolan as well. He's very young, coming into the scene, having to stand in front of so much pressure and so much anticipation from both fans, family, and friends, whatever that may be. Having somebody to talk to and having a guy you can rely on, and talk feelings with must be a nice thing. We had the same thing going on for us in Team Liquid. I think we were one of the first teams to get one in. And it is, a situation where in the beginning you don't really feel comfortable having a guy telling you to do this or giving you certain suggestions. You think to yourself, all right, I know how to play Counter-Strike. I don't need you to tell me to breathe deeply or breathe heavily or whatever that may be. But in the end, it does help you. It does give you a different character within the team that can help you.
I think it is also a matter of trust, right? Because
it is.
That person that you're bringing into that role, all the players are going to start to confide in him rather than confine. Confide in this individual to sort of elevate the gameplay, elevate the things outside of the server, inside of the server, both. And albeit they might not know a whole lot about Counter-Strike, but they can definitely apply some of the traditional sports aspects to it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter that the person who's going to help you is not familiar with Counter-Strike. There are so many aspects that you can find in sports or just in your job environment in general. How to communicate with your teammates, how to survive a difficult loss, how to bring up the motivation if you need to, how to make sure that you perform your best when you need to. having someone that is qualified to help you with it is going to help you no matter if they're familiar with CSGO or not. And I think you're spot on, Trace, when you say there has to be a rapport, there has to be a relationship that builds with that person. And it's not a matter of is he qualified or just good at it. It's just two people meeting, and do we feel like I can open up to you and you can help me do that? And that's just a matter of having the right fit, but in terms of person.
Well, that I guess that about rounds it out, because honestly, there isn't a whole lot to take away from Cloud9 there. A good showing from Fnatic. That's just about all she wrote, huh?
It is, and I feel Cloud9 have some soul searching to do. Maybe, coming down to the lower bracket, it could be what ignites them, what restarts them. But looking and just by this game and what we've seen from Cloud9 the past 3 months even, it does not look good for them. And I don't think they have what it takes right now to be able to compete with the teams that we have here at DreamHack.
Well, coming up after the break will be our first Group A upper bracket semi-final. We're going to have the side of Liquid, who are trying to redeem themselves from how they performed in Los Angeles, versus that of North, who have already come through here and beaten up on Vitality 16-14. We're going to a break, so make sure you're with us when we come back.